What's the deal, family? Welcome back to another SOS podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin. What's going on, babe?
Oh, nothing.
And my dog, Audie.
Just, bopping along, wobbling along, the usual.
Getting closer.
I know, a little update. I am 37 and a half weeks as I'm recording this. When it goes up, I'll be 38 weeks.
Dang, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. This is really happening. Does it feel real?
Yeah, now.
I literally asked.
Well, I feel like it's been felt real, but now that it's like...
No, it's like game time.
Game time,
Like,
yeah.
she can come any day.
Yeah.
But I asked Instagram, I'm like, when does it sink in? Because I still can't believe I'm even pregnant and she's almost here. And people were like, oh, it never sinks in. Or like, my kids are 8 and 10 and I still can't believe I'm a mom. Or someone else said, like, once you have the second child, like, that's when it sinks in that you were actually, like, pregnant and now a mom of multiple. I'm like, oh my gosh. So clearly we're all in the same boat here.
Well, that's crazy.
Anyway, I feel great. I've been more tired, but I'm having a few good days in the last little stretch. So, we're just prepping, getting work stuff done, and hoping to pack our hospital bags this weekend because
we just don't know.
We literally are like, okay, this is like the last possible second at this point. So, yeah, just tying up those loose ends. Okay, so what are we sipping on?
Of course, you got your pregnancy usual.
Leaf tea.
And I just got a fancy looking strawberry banana smoothie.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wait. Cheers. Yeah, so just drinking this every day, walking a lot, trying to get her down, all those things. Okay.
You been doing like 3 miles still? Like,
I know, and I
crazy.
don't feel bad when I do a 3 mile.
No,
walk.
like it's kind of like, wait, how are you still doing 3 miles?
Yeah.
But I think it's because we already walked prior to getting pregnant and all that.
I'm very thankful because this pregnancy has treated me pretty well. People are telling me, like, you don't look pregnant in the face. Like, you're all belly, which I prayed for. I was like, Lord, please don't, like, make me puff up too much. I mean, obviously, you get what you get. Like, yeah, you can't control it. But I do feel like my body has been good to me. I haven't had, like, any swelling, any ankle or back pain or anything.
You did have not swelling. Your ankle was hurting, like, middle of
it would hurt a little bit, but it wasn't like continuously
it went away after a while.
Yeah, and then we went to the chiropractor. Like, I've been going to the chiropractor every week, so I definitely think that has been helpful. So, it's been good. Wait, did you tell them about your diaper party?
I don't know.
Cameron had a diaper party.
I did.
And it was a huge success.
Yeah. Okay,
so tell them how it went.
So I wasn't going to have one, but me, Aaron, we went out with some friends, and they are also having a daughter. And me and him was talking about it. And at that moment, I was like, "Hey, bro, we should do it together." Because I don't really like a whole bunch of attention. So I was like, maybe if we do it together, it'll just seem like one big situation. Plus, we have all mutual friends. Our families know each other, so we're like, "Bet, let's do that." Mm-hmm. Had a diaper party. All the fellas came with like 2-3 big boxes of diapers.
Yes,
like They set us out, man. They showed up, showed out. So we appreciate y'all, fellas, for looking out for us and I guess it was one of those things. After it was all said and done, I was like, man, we are all in this space where we're growing. People are doing things we don't see each other as often, but when it's time to show up, that they really showed me that they're gonna show up. So
yeah, and I think it also just shows how you show up for everyone else too. I mean, you're like the great, like, I feel like you're such a great friend. So when it's your turn, I think people are willing to reciprocate because they know that that's what you would do. So yeah, it turned out really nice. And I was like, babe, you need to have a diaper party because my shower, our registry got completely bought up, but we had a diaper raffle at my I always call it a bridal shower, at my baby shower. And I was like, I think we need some more diapers. I think you need to order some pizzas and gather up the fellas. And it just was such a big success. And they played all kind of games. And I feel like you guys had a good time.
Mainly cornhole. I think everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
I hit up a few. They was like, yeah, we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Funny enough, though, one of the boys who was also pregnant had their baby since then.
Yeah.
His wife basically went to labor that night.
Yeah.
So that happened.
And everyone, pretty much all of our friends are having girls.
Yeah.
So it is nuts that it's just like, he called it bros and baby bows.
Yeah.
So that was cute. So yeah, if you guys, like, if you're pregnant or like if you're trying to conceive or whatever, like when it's time, just have the guys get together and just bring diapers.
It's crazy because I posted it, and you can go. I'll drop the little link. I posted like a little reel of like what went on, very quick reel, but it got this show, like the game, me setting up, bringing in the food, everybody just having a good time mingling and stuff like that. So yeah, you get to see a couple people responded like on threads, and they were like, I've never seen this before, and I'm like, dang, I thought people did it, but they're like, I'm doing this next time. A couple guys was like, hey, bro, my next kid, whenever that is up.
Yeah.
Like,
I
so
think it's a cool idea, too. Like, if it's your second or third child, instead of not doing anything like, have diapers and gift cards or something like that, where it's not like a full shower, but yeah. So, huge success. We are so blessed. This baby is, like, so blessed. Everyone's waiting for her to get here, and that said, I guess we could do a this or that because, I mean, we're well into the podcast, but I feel like the this or that is going to break up the conversation, but it's a very stupid this or that.
Oh my God.
This or that, Love Island or Love is Blind? Which one would you rather watch with me?
Can you remind me that Love is Blind?
Oh, Lord. It's the one where they're in the pods.
Oh, okay. No, that's
and then they have to pick and then they get to the altar and say, I do or I don't. So they don't have to get married.
What's the other one?
Love Island.
I'm saying Love Island, Love is Blind, and Married at First Sight.
Yeah, that's and then The Bachelor.
Like, oh no. Oh man.
Married at First Sight is just absolute no. Yeah, I would never.
You know what?
But like, I think I'm asking more so, which show do you enjoy watching with me the most? Not necessarily. Which one would you do?
You know what? I keep it a buck. I don't think I enjoy watching them per se, but I enjoy the conversations that come out. Like you kind of get invested because it's like this is so crazy.
Yeah,
that
you
it's
do
just
get
like
invested.
So
which one?
Maybe Love is Blind.
Really?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Love Island is too crazy.
Yeah, Love Island is off the hinges
for
sure.
So,
it is.
Yeah, no, I would go with Love is Blind if I had to.
Yeah, I feel like it's the most sensible love reality show because you don't have to marry the person and you also don't have to like kiss and be intimate with like a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah, that's
and,
OD.
Like, yeah, so, okay. Yeah. I would pick Love is Blind too.
Okay.
I feel like Love Island is just so many episodes, first of all.
What
and
are we on?
We're on like 17 or 18.
Okay. Don't spoil it for Aaron, please.
Yeah, please don't spoil it. I mean, I feel like I kind of already know how it's going to end. But
I haven't seen anything, obviously.
Well, yeah, your algorithm has nothing to do with Love Island.
Zero.
But, yeah, so I think I would pick Love is Blind, too. So. Okay, so let's get into the topic.
Let's get it.
I want to know your thoughts on showing your baby on social media. Like showing your kids on social media.
Yeah. I think that I don't think it's a big deal. I'll start with that. I think I want to let it naturally progress. Mm-hmm. I do think that I feel like some people say, well, babies don't know, but I feel like a baby can kind of show, like, I ain't trying to do this. Like, say she's 6 months. She may not, I don't know. She can see by that time. She may not want a camera in her face or whatever the case may be. So I don't think I'm trying to find out whether she wants to or not, but I'm pretty sure she'll make a cameo or whatever. And, because we're content creators, so it's kind of impossible. Yeah. It would be a lot of work to keep her out of it, I should say. Yeah. So I'm not really against it, but I'm not saying I'm going to I don't plan on using her to progress anything, I guess.
Yeah. I agree. I think it would be a big extra step to take to just completely avoid her from being on camera. Yes. And then give her the option once she can talk to say, like, do you consent to being on camera? Right. Like, I think that's a bit of a stretch. I do think that I think it's kind of like Audie. Like, I mean, she kind of shows up in content. She kind of doesn't. Like,
Right.
she has gotten us a nice hefty brand deal.
Yeah.
However, I think if we did have a brand deal for the baby,
Yeah.
like that included the baby, that money would go right to her.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be like our money only. Like, I think a big percentage of that
That
we
would go
would be
straight to
willing
her.
to put to her.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like we'd be like pimping out our child
No.
in a way that feels like cringy. But I do see how people can feel a way about not like putting their kids online.
Yeah, I think it's especially depends on what you do. If you I guess tend to get negative responses, I would probably naturally just avoid it. Just because I'm not even trying to like figure out if someone's gonna go at my kid.
Right.
But we don't receive anything negative per se. We also don't give off that type of energy, nor do we have those type of topics where we're just like we're demanding people to come and be, I guess, ignorant in a way. But yeah, I don't know. One of the boys asked, and I was like, it's simply I'm not for it and I'm not against it. It's just kind of like it is what it is. If she's on there, cool. She ain't, also cool.
Yeah. But I also feel like once she is older and can talk, and she's like, I know you said like 6 months you could maybe tell. But I'm like, I don't know. That's a little soon.
I'm just saying she may like, I don't know, shy away in this first year. She may do one of these like, nah.
But yeah,
and at that point, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to assume that's what she's saying.
Okay.
That's all
I would say like once she's old enough to be like giving us real cues that like, no, I do not like this, or can actually tell us, then at that point it's all a wrap. Yeah. Like, no, you don't have to be on anything because that's not her thing. Yeah. But I don't know. I think either way, it's your child and you do whatever.
And everybody wants to show off their child,
Yeah, so, I would feel weird just completely hiding her face. I don't know.
Like I said, I think some people have to just because of some of the attention that they, I guess, demand. Yeah, and I get it from that standpoint, but we ain't nobody. Like, so I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like I said, everybody wants to show off their kid to some extent. Whether you're a content creator or just a regular person who has social media, like,
now,
it is what it is.
What do you feel about family channels where they have little kids and their kids are the focal point of their content, and then they grow up, and then what? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like that's a smart thing to leverage, or do you feel like it is gonna like die once the kids aren't cute and fuzzy and like funny and have that kid charm? Because like a lot of people's family channels grow not because of the adults, they grow because of the kids. Right. So when you catch your kids in these cute little moments, and they're 4 and 5, but once they're like 10 and 11, it's like, how do you, or teenagers for that matter, you know what I mean? Like, how do you keep up with making that content still cool or
I don't have an answer for that per se, because we ain't there. We'll have to find out when our kids are 10 and 11. But I think when you ask a question like that, who comes to mind is like DeVal and Candide. And I think I like how they, from what they portray, like, or even when I hear like him on podcasts, kind of how he talks about how he parents. Now for him, he has, I think, 3 or 4 kids?
He has 4. They have 4 kids.
So 4 boys. And I think one of them doesn't like being on. Mm-hmm. But he has the luxury of having 3 others who doesn't mind it. Like, they're like, I'm the star of the show. They got to make the decision that I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I think of them because it's just like not only had they started to make a way before the kids, but also during the kids. And I think they went about it smart. So when I think about that answer, it's like I would say they kind of paved the way for how I would try to do it if that came to be about.
I think that's a really good point, because I feel like they're good at, like you said, kind of their content isn't focused on their kids. It's like their kids are part of their world, you know, like
exactly.
they show their marriage, they show like their careers, they show their kids, obviously. But I do agree with like a lot of his stuff with his kids is more focused on the parenting aspect and not necessarily the actual kid. So I definitely think that's a smart approach because I don't know. I just feel like there are some kids that I've seen, and like once they get older, it's just kind of like the allure kind of goes away.
Because I mean, this if we keep it in a book, everybody only likes babies. No one likes teenagers. Like no one likes little attitudes.
Well, it's like I think the difference is that once you when your brand is focused on them being so little,
much,
when they're little, that like if they started when the kids were teenagers, that might be different. But like when they're little like that, and that's what people have followed you or know you for, like, I think it's very smart if you're living off of a family channel to think about other ways to kind of leverage that without, you know, I don't know, it fully riding on your kids' cuteness.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's.
I get it, though. I mean, like, I guess before kids can make a decision and, I don't know, say your stuff pops off because of your kid, I would say it's wise to use the money and smart and do something else because you don't know what the kid will decide to do once they're old enough and can make their own decision on whether or not they want to continue doing this or they don't. So either way, I feel like it's a smart play. I mean, like, if we're keeping it real, this space has afforded us some different opportunities that we didn't even know would be possible this way.
Yeah.
So, you know, however you get it. But I wouldn't say exploit. I feel like exploitation is can be crazy.
But what is the difference?
Well, I'm saying like because I use 6 months. But like if you have a baby and for whatever reason, like, you know, like this stuff can take off over in 24 hours, shoot in 12 hours.
Like what if your baby goes viral?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can post something about the baby tomorrow and you're not a content curator, but boom, this 20 million views, you got to like seize the opportunity. Now you're doing like little fun stuff like your ABCs with your kid or something like that. And I don't know, they may be 10 months and they can do the ABCs or they can count some type of way. Like, you know, that's impressive. So like you kind of use your opportunity to like, oh yeah, bet I have to eat off of this.
Right.
Like I wasn't expecting this.
Right.
But I'm saying take advantage of the opportunity so that it can create a means to something else. If the kid by the time kids get older, they're like, oh, I want to do this. But you've took what they were able to, I guess,
like get
going. You're giving back to them in a different way, but you created maybe another business that you actually wanted to do. But now this money that the kids were able to, you know, get y'all as a family, you already have them good, but now you can make your family better.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, use the opportunity if the opportunity comes. But by the time they say, if they're older and they're like, I don't want to do this, hey, I'm just saying being smart by the time.
I think it's hard for people to differentiate what is exploitation versus what is creating an opportunity. Because it's like, if my child goes viral and I'm like, okay, bet I'm about to continue making content with my baby because this works. Like, how do you, is that exploiting the child or is that exploiting? Like,
I think that's what I was saying.
Because like, what would be exploiting?
They get older and be like, I don't want to. And you can very much tell that the kid doesn't want to, but they're being made to do so. Then at that point, I feel like that's exploitation.
So you feel like that's more, like earlier on, it's more of parents' judgment on if this makes sense or not.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's not just social media. I feel like everyone's so obsessed with like not showing their kid on social media, but it's like, okay, well, what about the Gerber babies or like the babies who you see on billboards in Target? Like they're not giving consent to. No, I'm just saying like now, like you see like in the kids section, like baby models and
those kids they don't get something from that.
They do. They make money.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying it's the same thing.
Oh,
like, what I would consider that, like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
The same thing as, like, if your kid is on social media, goes viral, the video makes $10,000 or you get an ad for that. Like, or like if you sign your baby up because the baby is so cute for modeling, like what's the difference? Or to be in a movie as a baby, or like whatever. It's kind of like, I kind of look at it as the same thing, and obviously like a baby can't make a decision, so our baby's just never supposed to be present on anything because they can't make a sound decision.
I would say this. I think with some people that be saying stuff like, I'm not gonna show my baby, I think they just be hating on people who do show their baby, and who baby might be cute, I guess, or cute. I be saying some people, I'm like, dang, these people really hate the fact that they show their cute little baby. You know what I'm saying? Let them folks be glad that they baby cute.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
And I can even see if people are talking about your baby all the time, like kind of mean. So you were like, no, I don't want to.
That's
show
different.
My baby.
At that point, you're like, oh,
you're like protecting your
you're
peace.
Protecting your child. But I feel like if there's people who always got something to say about social media specifically, like it's just this big old thing. But like you said, to your point, it's like, well, what about the kids that are on Target billboards or the aisle, the end aisle cap or whatever the case, or on baby products or the baby boxes, or what about that? You know what I'm saying? So it is no difference. But I think because of the time we live in and how big influencing is and all that, or content creation is, you may run into some people who are just simply hating. Yeah. I know folks don't want to hear it that way, but it's just some folks really be hating. Like,
And I think the immediate feedback of social media is what also makes people uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, you're never going to get someone right into Target like, why would you put this baby on this billboard? Right. Like, whereas on social media, you're getting thousands of comments, and a percentage of them might be negative toward your child. And I can see how, as a parent, you want to protect yourself and your child from that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so will we show the baby? I would say yes. Yeah. So,
but I think we said all that just really for the conversation.
I know.
I don't even know how I pulled all that out, but it's really as simple as that. I'm sure we're not about to go out our way to avoid something that's a part of our life now. Exactly. Like, this is not about to happen. Exactly. That would take way too much effort.
But like, my content isn't going to turn into like family content. Yeah.
I mean, we have like our on-demand fam page. Like, if that turns into something cool, if not, we have it just for, honestly, documentation for memories and stuff like that. Exactly. And that's why we created that page. But, if something comes from that, then cool. Right. But obviously, too, like, being smart, like, you're not going to change your whole content situation to family just because you had a baby. Yeah. No. Like, that's, one, that's not smart. But two, you're then going against what you already teach. Right. So, exactly. Like, you already have a broad view of things, and, like you said, it just is what it is. It's just like, I'm not going out my way. Yeah.
Now, someone asked on the comments, what did we have a hard time coming up with the name, and like, did we argue about it or like go back and forth?
They did. In that community post.
I don't know. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Coming up with the name.
Oh, we argued to death.
We fought.
I almost left her.
Oh my gosh. No, never in a million years.
None of that went down.
No, it was very easy.
Yeah. She came up with a name. I said yes.
Well, it was interesting because like some of the names on our list, Cameron was just like, no.
Yeah. Just like how everything else in our life goes. It's like, hey, babe, I want to do this. Yes or no.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, I kind of want to share some of the names that were on our list that we didn't pick. So I liked Cadence. Cameron you weren't opposed to Cadence. I wasn't opposed to Cadence. But you weren't like in love with Cadence. Yeah. But I thought that was such a cute name. I also liked, I'm trying to find. We liked Mason. But with Cadence, I just didn't want her nickname to be Katie.
We already have a Katie, so.
Yeah, and I can't see myself calling my child Katie. Okay. So I was like, that was the only thing. Like, when picking out a name, I also was thinking about nicknames and what people might gravitate to calling her. So, yeah, that got scratched off for the nickname. Mason, We liked Mason.
Well, funny thing about Mason is when we got married, we had bought Mason Margiela cologne and perfume
for our wedding day.
And we were like, we don't know how we both came to this. I don't remember how it came up. We were like, oh, we should name our daughter.
We were in line
Mason.
at Sephora, and we were like, this would be a cute girl name.
Yeah, and we literally stuck with it until we got pregnant.
And then at that point, I was like, I can't really see this going.
Yeah, so that happened. That was the story behind that. But
also loved Winter, Winter, because Winters is my maiden name. So, and then White is our last name. So she would have been Winter White. And our entire family was like obsessed with Winter. And they thought we were going to name her that. Like, I think they legitimately thought that. And people were literally calling her Winter before we revealed her actual name. Cameron, you didn't give your thoughts on Winter, please.
I don't know. I'm not doing that because no.
Okay. He liked the name, but he said not for the baby.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it at that. I liked Lennox, Lynnox.
Yeah, I think that's like a boy's name.
Yeah, it is more of a boy's name. Yeah. But I like unisex names. I feel like most of these are unisex. Well, maybe not Winter or Cadence.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there are people who obviously name their kids the unisex name. I just prefer. I wouldn't want Lennox.
Yeah, that's a little too masculine
for me.
Yeah. And then Phoenix, but with a Y. I love names with a Y.
You said girls. Phoenix? Oh, you did say Phoenix. Yeah.
I like Phoenix, but you didn't like Phoenix. Yeah. So anyway, the name that we actually ended up picking, I was so scared to tell Cameron. I was like, oh my God, he is not going to like this. And then I said it and he was like, oh, I kind of like that. Like, that's a good one. And I was like, what? So you like, I was surprised. How did you feel when I first told you the name? Were you like, yeah, this is going to be her name? Or were you kind of just like, oh, I like it?
I don't remember. What was my reaction?
You were like, oh yeah. Like you were kind of like.
I was like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But we hadn't decided that was her name at that point. We were still kind of digging.
You were digging.
I was digging. And then I thought of her middle name and I was like, oh, what do you think about this? And he was like, oh yeah, I like that. But then we were still kind of like not all the way 100%.
But then I had to confirm it by the middle name.
Yeah. So he confirmed it. And I was like, oh, set. So we'll tell that story once she's born and we reveal her name. But we revealed her name at the baby shower. And I feel like it was a very positive reaction, but there were a few stragglers who needed to warm up to her name because it is like a pretty unique name. So, but we like it and we're happy that we finally we were like, okay, we're not going to think of anything better than this. So let's just roll with it. Yeah. Like, stop overthinking.
But it also wasn't settling. I think it was just, for me, when she said the name, I don't think I could get that name out of my head.
Yeah, same.
But Erin is not like...
I have to exhaust all options.
She exhausts options that aren't even there. Like, she'll just keep...
But that's how I am with everything. Like, even when I make thumbnills for YouTube videos, I make like 5 of them.
This is
because I'm like, this one isn't good enough. And then I make another one and another one. And then I'm like, which one do you like better?
And they all kind of look similar.
Yeah. And they're all like practically the same. So, I mean, yeah, we've settled on a name. We are gonna show her once she's born when we feel ready to reveal her. But yeah, we're not like overthinking it. We're just kind of going with the flow, and we're excited to be parents in like a couple weeks.
She needs to come on.
I know. So anyway, anything else you want to add?
No. Show your parents. I mean, I say show your parents. Show your kids. Don't show your kids. Who cares? Be nice to people, you know.
Yeah, like stop talking about people's babies online.
It doesn't matter. Stop talking about people in general online.
I know, but like babies, that's
cruel.
Sad.
Well, I mean, no one deserves. I mean, like there are people who, I ain't gonna say deserve it, but who are looking for that. Yeah. We ain't looking for none of that. I don't want the smoke. I don't care about all that. Like,
I mean, at the very least, you just get blocked.
Yeah.
Literally.
But I'm not about to entertain that. There are people who do entertain that, whatever the case may be. But if you want to show your kids, show your kids. And if you don't show your kids.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to have a talk about it. You don't have to have a conversation about it. You don't have to talk about somebody else who is doing it or who's not doing it. Like, it's just, stop making everything so hard. Like, be easy.
Yeah. So anyway, we are going to sign off, and cheers to last few weeks of being just us.
Single parents. Or, wait, what's it called?
I don't know.
Just married people?
Pregnant.
All right, y'all. If you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.